Hello, my dear students, and welcome back. I know, exams are just around the corner and the tension is building up. But don't you worry one bit. Today, we're going to make John Ruskin's What is a Good Book so simple it'll be like butter. By the end of this, you will be totally ready for any question that comes your way. So let's get you exam ready. You know how it is, right? You sit down with your textbook, promise yourself you'll study for 2 hours straight, but then you pick up your phone for just 1 minute. And poof, 2 hours are gone, lost in the world of Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts. We're always snacking on these little bits of information, but does it ever feel like a proper, full meal for your brain? Well, that is exactly the question John Ruskin was thinking about more than 100 years ago. Okay, so what's our game plan for today? Simple. First, we'll look at this idea of information snacks versus grand feasts. Then, we'll figure out what Ruskin meant by true books. After that, we'll learn how to mine for meaning in them and see what the reward is, chatting with history's legends. And finally, the most important part for you, your exam-ready summary. Cello, let's begin. So, John Ruskin had this really simple but brilliant idea. He said that everything we read, from ancient stories to our WhatsApp forwards today, can be put into 2 boxes. He compared it to food. Some things are like a quick snack you have for instant energy, and others, well, they are like a grand feast, a proper meal that you remember forever. So let's break it down. On one side, you have the books of the hour. These are our information snacks. Think of today's newspaper, a blog, or that viral reel everyone's sharing. They're useful for right now. But on the other side, we have the books for all time. These are the knowledge feasts. These aren't just talk, they are written to last forever. They contain the author's deepest wisdom, their very soul, or their atma, you could say. Now, Ruskin is not saying snacks are bad, but can you live your whole life just on packets of chips? No, right? You need your proper dal roti too. So let's forget the snacks for a minute and focus on the main course, the grand feast. What exactly is a true book? I mean, what makes some books so special that people are still reading them after hundreds, even thousands of years? A true book is basically the author saying, listen, out of everything I have learned in my entire life, this is the most important thing. This is the best part of me, and I am saving it forever, just for you. It's like they aren't just writing on paper. They're carving their most precious thought onto a huge rock for the whole world to see, forever. And who are these people writing these amazing books? Not just anyone. They are the greatest minds in history, the leaders, the thinkers, the scientists, the artists who completely changed our world. And the most incredible part? We have an open invitation to sit down and have a chat with them just by opening one of their books. But wait, there's a small catch. Getting to this amazing wisdom isn't as easy as just scrolling through a phone screen. You can't just passively swipe through a great book. Ruskin says reading a true book is actually like going on a treasure hunt. Yes, it takes some real effort, but the treasure you find is absolutely priceless. Ruskin uses this fantastic example of mining for gold. He says an author's true meaning isn't just lying on the surface for anyone to pick up. No, it's like a pure gold nugget, hidden deep inside a big, hard rock of words. And to get that gold, you have to be ready to work like a miner, to dig with all your focus. So, what tools do we need for this mining adventure? Well, first, you need your pickaxes and shovels. These are your own attention, your intelligence, and your desire to learn. Then, you need a furnace, and that furnace is your own thoughtful mind, where you take all these words and ideas and melt them down to find the pure gold inside. And only then do you get the real treasure, the author's true wisdom. So what is the secret to getting this gold? The password is one single word: beta accuracy. This is super important. It means you must look at every single word like a detective with a magnifying glass. Why did the author choose this word and not another one? This careful, precise attention is what makes you a truly educated person. Okay, I know what you might be thinking. Sir, this sounds like a lot of hard work. And yes, it is, but the reward, the reward for all this effort is something no amount of money can ever buy. You get a VVIP pass to the most brilliant and exclusive club in the entire universe. Ruskin asks this brilliant question. In life, we always have a choice. We can spend our time on small talk and temporary gossip, or we can choose to have deep conversations with the real kings and queens of history, the greatest thinkers who ever lived. Every great book is an invitation to do just that. He calls this amazing club the Eternal Court, a society of the greatest minds of all time. And you know the best part? The entry is open to everyone. To you, to me, everyone. But there is one condition. No amount of money, no fancy family name can get you in. The only entry ticket is your hard work. You have to earn your place. You have to rise to their level, because they are not going to come down to yours.
All right, my dear students, it's time for the most important part. Let's pack our tiffin box with all the key points so you are fully ready to open it in the exam hall. We're going to look at a very, very common question using everything we've just learned.
Okay, look at this question. This is a favorite for the examiners, so pay close attention. Why does Ruskin feel that reading the work of a good author is a painstaking task? Just think about it for a second. We've talked about all the clues. Ready for the answer? Here are the 4 golden points for a full-mark answer. 1. The author is much wiser than us, the readers, so we must work hard to reach their level of understanding. 2. Wise authors often hide their deepest meanings like a treasure as a reward for those who work hard. 3. You must mention the gold mining example, that the wisdom is not on the surface. And 4. The secret word, accuracy. You have to carefully analyze every word. Write these for points and you'll get full marks, Pucka. So, if your head is spinning with all this information, don't worry. Just remember one number, the number 2. That's it. Ruskin divides all reading into just 2 types. The books of the hour, which are our temporary snacks, and the books for all time, the permanent knowledge feasts. Simple, isn't it? So, Beta, my final thought for you is this. Don't look at your books as a burden for your exams. Look at your bookshelf, even if it's a small one, as a grand palace. And inside that palace, the wisest, most brilliant kings and queens of history are waiting patiently just to have a conversation with you. Go meet them. All the very best for your exams. I have full faith that you will do wonderfully. I'll see you in the next explainer.